Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Bold and the beautiful viewers have seen Steffy Forrester's escape plan before to flee Finn. She gathers the kids and orders the Forrester Creations jet fueled up on the CBS soap. So, when John Finnegan finally gets himself revved enough to drop the stepmother bomb on Steffy, it won't surprise B&B fans if she goes away to digest having a murderous stepdaughter. Bold and the Beautiful usually has an exit strategy for Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline Messins would, when she needs to deal with bad news. We saw this when John Finnegan Finn, Tanner Novlan, tried to have a relationship with his birth mother, Shyla Carter, Kimberlyn Brown. So, instead of facing things as a couple, she may just get up and fly away. It is usually a phone call to the airport offered as the first clue to her plan. But this time, something is different. Steffy's mom, Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Buddig, was usually not around during some of her past crisis events. But this time, Taylor is living in the Forrester mansion with her dad, Ridge Forrester, Thorsten K. Bold and the Beautiful fans suggest she will flee, but instead of flying across the ocean, her escape may entail a car ride across town. Bold and the Beautiful spoilers indicate Finn will tell Steffy. She may even understand the part about him not knowing about his secret daughter until recently. But she likely struggles with wrapping her head around what occurred between Finn and Poppy Nozaw, Romy Park, 20 years ago. It likely angers Steffy that Finn never told her about the night he bedded down with Poppy. His older aunt will likely emerge as the predator, and Steffy Forrester may consider the circumstances. After all, John Finnegan was still a teen or barely out of his teenage years when they spawned Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada. But Steffy may think Finn doesn't see the seriousness in this life-altering news, since he waited days to tell her once he knew. Finn will likely have a mess on his hands with Steffy. So when she can't handle stuff, she flees. But the destination of her escape this time is still up in the air on Bold and Beautiful. However, she could surprise the fans and end up supporting Finn by staying put. But this is Steffy Forrester, and her family's influence plays a part in many of her decisions. Ridge likely tells her to end things now that this murderous streak runs through John Finnegan's family, more so than they imagined. Taylor may be more understanding, but Steffy is Daddy's little girl, so he has a ton of influence over her. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers suggest the news will surface this week. It will turn Lee Finnegan, Naomi Matsuda, into a ballistic mess next week as the news spreads. Poppy is Lee's sister and also Finn's aunt. Still, no bloodline exists between the two as he is adopted. So, he's told himself over the years this was not a taboo event. But he and Poppy may be the only ones with that mindset. But his problems with Steffy Forrester don't stop at her learning she has a murderous stepdaughter. Finn is fit to be tied that he never got a chance to be the father to Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, that she needed. So, he likely tries to do everything within his power to make up for that. But Luna tried to kill Steffy Forrester, so getting her to climb on board, with Finn wanting to be the father he should have been likely fails. It looks like Bold and the Beautiful soon has Steffy Forrester fleeing in the company jet, or on a short road trip across town to stay with her parents. At the very least, she probably needs to get away from Finn and process her new reality on the CBS soap. The night air was thick with tension inside the Forrester cliffside mansion. The ocean waves crashed against the shore, a stark contrast to the eerie silence that had overtaken the home. Steffy Forrester paced the length of the living room, her hands shaking as she processed the madness unfolding before her. John Finnegan stood near the fireplace, his gaze steady but desperate. The love of her life, the man she had risked everything for, was now unrecognizable. His words echoed in her ears, surreal and incomprehensible. "She's my mother, Steffy. I can't turn my back on her." Steffy turned on him, her dark eyes burning with betrayal. "She's not your mother. She's a monster. She tried to kill me, Finn. She left you for dead. How can you still defend her?" Finn flinched, but his resolve remained unshaken. "I'm not saying what she did was right, but she's sick. She needs help, and I think I can be the one to give it to her." Steffy could feel her heart pounding in her chest. "You can't be serious." Finn ran a hand through his hair, exhaling sharply. I spent my whole life wondering why I didn't fit in, why something always felt off. And now, I finally understand. I was missing something, a connection with my mother. Maybe if I show her what unconditional love looks like, she'll change. Steffi's stomach twisted. He wasn't just talking about reconnecting with Shyla Carter. He wasn't just suggesting that they cautiously keep an eye on her from a safe distance. He wanted to bring Sheila into their lives. Finn took a step toward her, pleading, "I want to be the father she never had." Steffi recoiled as though he had physically struck her. "What?" Finn's voice was filled with conviction. "She never had a stable home, a guiding hand. Maybe if I step in and show her the kind of love she never received, I can help her become a better person." Steffi stared at him in horror. "Finn, do you even hear yourself? Sheila is a grown woman, a psychopath, a murderer. She doesn't need a father, she needs a prison cell." Finn's jaw clenched. "I have to try, Steffi, she's my blood." Steffi swallowed hard, her entire world crumbling around her. This wasn't the man she married. Or maybe it was, and she had been too blinded by love to see it. That night, Steffi lay awake, staring at the ceiling. Finn's breathing was steady beside her, but she knew that if she stayed, her life would never be the same. She had fought too hard for her happiness, to free herself from toxic relationships, to build a stable life for her children. And now, Finn was asking her to welcome danger into their home. She couldn't do it, she wouldn't. Steffi slipped out of bed and tiptoed toward the closet. She packed quickly but efficiently, grabbing clothes for herself and the kids. Every sound felt deafening in the stillness of the night, but she pushed forward, her heart hammering in her chest. She had to leave before it was too late. A floorboard creaked behind her. She froze, suitcase in hand. Turning slowly, she found Finn watching her from the doorway, his expression unreadable. "Where are you going?" he asked, his voice low, almost wounded. She squared her shoulders, refusing to back down. "I'm taking the kids and leaving, Finn. I won't let Sheila anywhere near them." His face darkened. "You don't have to do this." "Yes, I do." Her voice wavered, but she kept going. "If you want to save Sheila, that's your choice. But I won't let her destroy our family." Finn stepped toward her, but she backed away. "Steffi, please." With that, she turned and walked out the door, leaving behind the life she had once fought so hard to build. Steffi drove through the winding roads of Los Angeles, her hands gripping the wheel so tightly her knuckles turned white. Where could she go? She had cut ties with her father, Ridge, after his constant waffling between Brooke and Taylor. She couldn't bear the thought of explaining this nightmare to her mother. Then, almost instinctively, she picked up her phone and dialed the only person she knew would understand. Liam. The call barely rang before he answered. "Steffi." Hearing his voice broke something inside of her. She sucked in a shaky breath. "Liam, I need help." There was no hesitation. "Where are you? I'll come get you." Liam opened the door before she even had a chance to knock. His eyes widened as he took in her disheveled appearance, the bags at her feet. "Steffi, what's going on?" She didn't trust herself to speak. Instead, she walked inside, trying to find the words. Liam waited, patient and steady as always. "Is it Finn?" At the mention of Finn's name, Steffi's resolve cracked. He wants to raise Sheila, as his daughter. Liam blinked. "What?" Steffi let out a broken laugh. "He thinks he can fix her. That if he loves her enough, she'll change." Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.